Laci Denise Peterson, née Rocha, May 4, 1975, December 24, 2002, was an American woman murdered by her husband, Scott Lee Peterson, born October 24, 1972, while 8 months pregnant with their first child. The murder of Laci Peterson is a tragedy that still haunts many. In December 2002, Laci Peterson, a 27-year-old pregnant woman, went missing from her home in Modesto, California. She was 8 months pregnant with her son, Connor. Her husband, Scott Peterson, claimed he had gone fishing at a nearby marina on Christmas Eve, leaving Laci at home to decorate the house for the holidays. When Laci disappeared, it was initially thought to be a kidnapping. Scott and Laci Peterson had been married for 4 years before her tragic death. From the outside, their relationship seemed typical. Scott was described as charming, and Laci was an outgoing, friendly woman. They had been together for several years before marriage and had a seemingly solid foundation. However, behind closed doors, their marriage had its issues. Friends and family later revealed that Scott had been distant and secretive, especially in the months leading up to Laci's disappearance. He was involved in an affair with Amber Frey, which was discovered during the investigation, and this was a significant betrayal of his wife's trust. Laci's family and friends described her as being loving and dedicated to her family, but she had no idea that her husband was living a double life. As the days passed and the investigation grew, Laci's case became a media frenzy. The public was captivated by the story of a missing pregnant woman, and Scott Peterson appeared to be an innocent husband. However, as the investigation unfolded, things didn't add up. Scott's behavior became suspicious, especially when it was revealed that he had been having an affair with another woman during his wife's disappearance. Then, on April 13, 2003, nearly 4 months after Laci went missing, 2 bodies were discovered in the San Francisco Bay, Laci's and the fetus she carried, Connor Peterson. The bodies were found near the marina where Scott had been the day of her disappearance. Authorities quickly focused on Scott as the primary suspect. The investigation turned up more unsettling evidence. Scott had been to the Bay Area at the time of the murders, and his alibi was questionable. His lies about his whereabouts and his affair, along with the discovery of the bodies, led to his arrest in April 2003. Scott Peterson was charged with 2 counts of murder, 1 for Laci and 1 for Connor. During his trial, prosecutors argued that Scott had killed his wife and unborn child in a premeditated attack, while defense lawyers claimed there was no solid evidence linking him to the murders. Ultimately, in November 2004, Scott Peterson was convicted of both murders and sentenced to death. This case has continued to stir debates about justice, betrayal, and the tragic loss of life, and it remains a part of true crime history.